Do you ever surprise you with things that you do out here?
There has been times and situations in games where I've done stuff and it's really caught me off guard, I guess. I remember the Denver left-handed pass thing. That was nothing I had planned. It was like last second I threw it. I remember in Tennessee when I jumped, I was just trying to get my legs out from under me so I didn't get kind of sandwiched in there, and I jumped and threw the ball.
You got to continue to get better. Got a long way to go. Obviously, this will be a big week pushing through into a preseason game week next week.
Some guys play with their eyes up. Some guys play with vision. They talk about in lacrosse. It's one of the things they say about my daughter. She plays with her eyes up. She has great vision, field vision, you know. So Marcus Peters has that too.
I don't want to go ahead and make any predictions or anything on Saquon, but I will say that, you know, this guy is showing progress, tangible progress every day.
Confidence is a great word because he's not cocky. He's very confident in himself. And I think he's confident in himself because he prepares. When you prepare, you can be confident. And when you make a mistake, usually it's not because you didn't know what you were doing.
All right, that sound from around the league. We have Inside Training Camp Live kicking off at 10 a.m. Eastern. Colleen Wolfe and Baldy are with the Eagles. You just heard the head coach of the Bears talk about Justin Fields. Every day I feel like there's nice things being said about the rookie quarterback. He is confident, not cocky. What do you make of Matt Nagy's compliments, Kyle?
Well, in 11 days, they have their first preseason game.
Okay.
It's home against the Dolphins, and those compliments may escalate and they may change. I just don't know how long he can keep doing this. And maybe the Dalton thing will ride it out. Nagy's a real interesting case in his convictions with quarterbacks because he purports to be very stubborn, and we're not doing this, we're not playing in the preseason, this is my guy, this is my guy. But last year got so weird because it was Mitch, and then in the middle of that Falcons game last year, just ripped him out. Like, short leash, get out of here, and put, of all people, Nick Foles in. So he can change on a dime. Here's what I know about Justin Fields. The other things that Matt Nagy said about him, he's called him electric, has rip-your-heart-out mentality. He does his homework. His football IQ is very similar to Patrick Mahomes. And just when you start to drink in the optics and the speed and the size, like, this guy can really be kept off the field for an entire season by Andy Dalton? As much as I love Dalton, I still think there's going to be one hot minute in the preseason. Just all it takes is one. Where those first two preseason games for the Bears are at home. The fans are going to be going ballistic. And I think the pressure is going to get really high. That how can you possibly justify to the fans and to the locker room that this is not the best quarterback on your roster? Next preseason game, Bears-Dolphins. Look at this dude. This is the fastest 40 time at the combine for a quarterback other than RG3 ever.
But you think he could maybe start week 1 then? Because you're saying Andy Dalton's your guy all season. Nobody's saying Andy Dalton's the guy all season, but we're talking about week 1.
Nagy kind of is.
Okay.
I'll say it.
I still think there's week 1 potential. You think so, Mike?
I'll say it. Yeah, Andy Dalton's got a shot to be the guy all season. I really do. Andy Dalton just can't trip himself up. It's Andy Dalton versus Andy Dalton. It's not Andy Dalton versus Justin Fields. And I know what you're talking about. That electric moment in the preseason. The question is, a la the conversation that we just had, can you block it out? If you're Andy Dalton, can you say, I don't care what this guy is doing. Can I just focus on what I am doing? All I know is that Andy Dalton sounds like he's gone in there and done a great job with that offense, understanding it. Seems like he's performing better this offseason than he did in Dallas during the regular season. Right. So he's got to carry it forward. He truly does. But I don't think they're looking at this situation in Chicago saying, where can we get Justin Fields and find an opening, this kind of thing. Because I've seen that with rookie quarterbacks before. I truly believe, in large part, because they need to make the playoffs this year if they want to continue as head coach and general manager. So they want Andy Dalton to carry this thing and take it all the way.
Yeah, that was a tough situation in Dallas, given the fact that he came in and really thrust it into the starting lineup when Dak went down. Short offseason, all that stuff we all know. And he's also not just playing well on the field, but from what I hear, reports are that he's been a big brother to Justin Fields and basically saying, I'm going to give you every tool that you need to be successful, and if I lose a position to you, it's all fair. But if I win the starting job, then you know what? I know that I can still play at a high level and be a starting quarterback in this league. I don't feel like there's a rush. You know, we're all waiting for Nagy to come out and say, Justin Fields is our guy. Why do we need to hear that right now? It's about week 1 of the regular season, not week 1 of training camp or week 1 of preseason. You know, and I do feel like he's going to get a lot of reps during the preseason, and you kind of want a guy to earn it. When I've seen quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, earn their spot because they were backups when they first got in the league, they were better off week 1 versus a quarterback that comes in and you're like, you're good, you're the starter, let's just let's just feel our way through it. You'll get some bumps and bruises along the way. We're going to ride it out with you. No. It's better if they earn it. I'm talking about day by day, and that's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Nagy is doing it strategically and purposely for Justin Fields. So each day he goes out and he knows I have to not only prove to my team that I'm the best quarterback on the roster, but I have to snatch the position from a guy who's been in this league a long time, who knows this offense, and right now is looked at as the starter.
Kyle represents so many Bears fans who are hearing glowing things about a rookie quarterback and are somehow making that not a negative thing, but it's an impatient thing. It's a way, okay, so, you know, it's like almost a bad thing Bears fans are hearing because they're like, get him out here. This is great news. Bears fans, rejoice. This is what you want to hear, that a developing quarterback feels confident, not cocky. He's saying nice things about him. But Kyle, can you tell me that Nagy has said one thing that makes you think he would make him the starter? Like he has, like I know he hasn't said anything. He hasn't said he's playing better than everybody else. He hasn't said he's playing as good as anybody else. He hasn't made any sort of Patrick Mahomes comp, which he could easily make since he worked with him for a long time. So I just feel like it's not going to happen. Then I'd be interested in making a little friendly gentleman lady wager with you on
just
week
before we make
starter.
the wagers. Know that he did say that his football IQ is very similar to Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
so he literally made the comp.
That one I didn't see. Okay.
A lot's going to change when the preseason starts.
Okay, 11 days from now.
We got to get this guy on the field and see what he can do.
So after week preseason 1, maybe you and I think there's no way he starts.
Week 1?
Week 1.
You might be right, but let me just add a wrinkle here. The Bears season opener is very unique.
Yes.
It is on Sunday Night Football. It is national. It is at the Rams. It is a huge showcase piece. If Andy Dalton starts that game, doesn't play well, and the Bears lose, then it gets massive. Then it's, why are we out there with this guy? We just got our clock clean on national television. Why are we playing it? Now get Fields out here. So then it becomes that, well, then why didn't I just do it from the get-go? So that season opener is massive. But to your point, I still think Fields is going to win this job on the field appropriately. So a couple preseason games, we'll see what happens with this dude.
Well said. And I'd be curious, Kyle, what Kurt Warner has to say about him. He's with the Bears in Lake Forest this morning, this afternoon. Inside Training Camp Live. We've got ITC Live all day long on NFL Network. Up next, the aforementioned IQ of Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. 2021 could be a huge year for both. Which quarterback